Hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of Let's Play. Today we are going to go over World of Tanks. They just released a brand new update 1.26. It's now available for download now. It's called Hailstorm, and they have a lot of stuff that's available for it. Let's take a look.
Update 1.26 is a full-on deluge of awesome alterations, maps and vehicles, onslaught and battle packs, consumables, crew. But that's not why the update is called Hailstorm. It's because in it, you can rain down a storm of thousands of shells per minute. Watch to the end to find out everything. Random events continue to develop, making the game more varied and more epic. In this update, the events transform 3 more maps. On Malinovka, a plane falls straight onto the windmill, creating new cover on the most crucial part of the map. This can help you both defend and attack. Hilson is subject to an airstrike aimed at the hangars. It destroys some of the roofs and creates cover inside. This will facilitate more varied gameplay. Also, sometimes trains travel across the map. These divide the flanks and block lines of fire. On Karelia, planes bomb the key position in square D4. The landscape changes, so study it to use the alterations to your advantage. Natural selection dictates that those who adapt quickest are the ones who win. Maps continue to improve, even without the help of falling planes. The balance between teams and positions has been improved across 8 maps. Lakeville, Abbey, Steppes, Tundra, Studzianki, Outpost, Mannerheim Line, and Oyster Bay. The last 2 have changed the most. On Mannerheim Line, the terrain by the water has been dug over to make it easier for the lower team to get to positions, and for the upper one to develop an offensive after winning on the flank. Now your tank is less likely to become a submarine in this dangerous zone. On the other side of the map, the positions for light tanks and tank destroyers have been balanced. The positions for passively defending the upper base have been weakened. Approximately the same has been done with Oyster Bay. Heavy tanks have got more cover in squares G6, F7, and F6. There, the central and upper directions have been linked by a cave, making it easier for you to change flanks. The tank destroyer positions in squares J5 and F9 have been weakened somewhat. Cover and bushes have been added to the field to make gameplay for light tanks more varied. More cover has been added on the beach, not just from the sun. You can read about how the other maps have been rebalanced in the article on the game portal. The tank rebalance is even larger scale and more important. This update sees notable improvements to the Batchatillon 25T, M48 Patton, and K91. For the K91, loading has become significantly better, strengthening its key feature. It has also lost one of its main disadvantages and has no problem rotating its turret 360 degrees. Now the K91 will be a strong rival to other sniper medium tanks. The changes to the Patton aren't as large scale, since it only needed a small update. Its max speed, specific power, accuracy, and aiming have been improved. A little bit of everything for more comfortable gameplay. The bot shot is the most serious and long-awaited rebalance of this update. It has lost its 90 and 100mm guns. 105mm gun now its only one, has had its aiming improved and its stabilization seriously boosted. This helps you make the most of the autoloader. In addition, the number of shells it can carry has been increased. Many vehicles in the branches of these three Tier 10s have been similarly improved. This time, we took a more comprehensive approach to the issue and went deeper into the mid-tiers. Starting from Tiers 5 and 6, researching has been simplified. Many stock modules have gone, and the remaining stock configurations have been improved for greater gameplay comfort. A few new modules have appeared. Starting from Tier 6, all non-top radios have been removed. There are fewer modules, and the remaining ones have become more valuable. This means each module influences the quality of the game more.
Sure, after they do this after I research the entire country. Thanks. Much appreciated, Wargaming.
You can find more details in the dedicated article.
I researched the entire country and they redo this. It took me 10 years to research the entire country.
Stabilization, damage per shot, and aiming time improved. The AS5 also gets
I love it.
aiming and stabilization, as well as improved accuracy. The Alt Proto AMX-30 now has faster hull and turret traverse, the latter coupled with lower dispersion. Loading has been improved by a whole second. The WZ-111 Model 6 has improved traverse speed, stabilization, aiming, and penetration with standard shells. The AMX Canon d'Assaut 105 gets very respectable boosts to HP, damage per minute, and firing accuracy in general.
You know why they did that? Because it took me 10 years to research the entire country. It takes so long to research a tank because you have to research all these extra things that were added to that tank. And half the components you didn't even need. They were garbage. So they took out all the garbage and kept all the important ones in. Making researching that tank would be a lot shorter.
Perk system allows crew members with several qualifications to train more than 6 perks. This balances vehicles with large and small crews without increasing the training time for the latter. Perks possessed by several crew members are now fully effective only when they are trained by all of the tankers that have them available. For instance, if only one of 2 members has intuition, it will be 50% effective. Complicated distribution of crew roles has been fixed for a number of tanks.
Okay, so
Many old perks
when this is done, we're going to talk about what to do now.
have been added. For instance, emergency temporarily improves crew performance when the tank receives damage. You can quickly reset and reassign perks in the barracks using 2 new
When this is over, we're going to... Hold on, let me see.
crews of your
When this is over, we're going to talk about what that means. Okay, guys? Nobody panic. We're going to talk about what that means. Okay?
favorite tanks. It's best to reassign them manually, train the new perks, and create your dream team. Don't miss unlimited free perk resets for a month. The countdown will start when you log into the game for the first time after the update is released. But even after that month, each crew member will have 1 free reset available with no time limit. Besides perks, many of the game's consumables have been significantly improved. Some of them have become handier, while others are easier to use. The small repair kit now fixes all damaged modules. That's right, like only the large one used to. Now you don't have to choose between your engine and gun. The same goes for the small first aid kit. Now there are enough bandages and iodine for everyone, but the price of consumables is unchanged. Enjoy. The large repair kit and first aid kit do the same, but like before, also boost repair speed and give injury protection. They reload much faster than the small kits too. You'll be ready for every eventuality. Preparation of the automatic fire extinguisher has been reduced in exactly the same way. That's why all old types of fuel and oil and the removed speed governor have been taken out of the game. Instead, two new types of fuel have been added, which boost engine power and traverse speed. Unlike the old fuel, the new one is suitable for all nations and engine types. The new year of the Manticore is starting in Onslaught. New horizons and awards await. You'll find a new improved version of the low-noise exhaust system in the Onslaught shop. And the main prize of the year will be an exclusive Tier 10 tank, the Stinger. This tank will turn heads, make people green with envy.
It looks like a French tank.
Magazine after magazine, just as efficiently.
Honestly, it looks like a bat chat.
Getting a tank will be
It looks like a little bit like a bat chat
The mode itself has plenty of changes.
with the 3D style hooked on it.
Much easier to get rating points in the iron and bronze ranks.
If it is a bat chat, it probably is the bat chat before.
Including
It's probably the bat chat before the adjustment. This is probably the original bat chat.
for Onslaught. And Himmelsdorf has finally returned in an improved form.
But they made it. They called it a different name, so it didn't have to. So it didn't have to get the same debuff.
This should balance the strength
So
of
that
different types
would be, if you really play the bat chat, that might be a really good thing to go for.
to four. Several new modifiers have been added that significantly influence Onslaught gameplay. Damage to internal modules has been reduced by 50%. The chance of engine fire has been reduced to 0. Your engine won't set on fire at all, but you can still get a ruptured fuel tank. And perhaps most importantly, damage per shot dispersion has been reduced from plus minus 25% to 12%. This is the first ever change to potential dispersion values in World of Tanks. We've done it to support the competitive aspect of Onslaught. Several role skills have been reworked. For instance, now the skill for assault tank destroyers reduces incoming damage instead of accelerating reload time. Recon Flight is available a few seconds after the start of battle, and tanks spotted with this skill will see an altered flight bulb with a plane. You can test all the changes in team training. Now, in Onslaught training, you don't need to pay for shells and consumables. Head there to see how the new crew perks work. Some have interesting features in Onslaught. And after training, try your hand at the updated Onslaught tournaments. There, everyone has a chance at victory and glory.
I highly recommend you jump in that training for that and learn more about this, because don't jump right into things until you're absolutely positive you know what the hell you're doing. Okay?
If you're still short on Tier 10s, check out what's for rent this season. The E50M, the WZ-113G FT, and the Object 277. When you're fighting to the top in Onslaught, you won't notice yourself completing Battle Pass. This time, it's about the Waffenträger backstory, and contains 3D styles for the Panzerkampfwagen 7. The K91, and the Concept number 5. For the second two, these are the first 3D styles in the game. They represent the first steps in the study of force fields, railguns, and electromagnetic pulses. And of course, you can get valuable resources, Battle Pass tokens, unique crew members, and much more. The WOT Plus subscription continues to offer a trial period. Try out a whole month of the game with daily attendance rewards, a gold reserve, an additional map exclusion slot, the intensive crew regiment, the TS-54 premium tank, the equipment assistant.
It looks to me like they're working on building up the Waffenträger again.
Subscription benefit
for October. It looks to me like the Waffentrager is coming back. Do you remember last year in October where they had that event where they had that really big tank you couldn't kill? It was impossible. And your entire team had to work on getting the shield of this tank down enough so that the entire team can bomb rush this guy before we all died. Well, that looks like it might be coming back. Last year, that was impossible. We'll see if it gets any easier this year. Probably not.
A special marker will help you see how effective your firing is. It has a few stages, which change depending on the percentage of shells that penetrate your opponent's armor. Bear in mind that autocannons offer very low penetration. That said, the magazine is good for a few seconds of uninterrupted fire. Then it loads like a classic autoloader. During the process, the tank is defenseless, but once it's loaded, it causes damage faster than almost any autoloader and delivers far more emotions. Fun fact, the new tanks have double-barreled guns, but technically the fire comes from a single point in between them. This is so you don't get dizzy from the camera switching between the guns several times per second. Besides firing, a light tank with an autocannon can passively spot enemies from bushes, though it won't do it as well as specialized scouts. Chiefly, these are rear raiders that use hit-and-run tactics, but they can play the scout when necessary, especially when their autocannons have already put some holes in the enemy light tanks. The story begins with the Skoda T-17, a light tank with a classic autoloader. It provides a smooth transition to the new branch. Next come the Blesk, Shelma, and Tessak, three vehicles with autocannons that take the firing rate of tanks to a whole new level, and that are sure to bring you new, unforgettable emotions. That's all for now. Train new perks, assemble a platoon of botshots, research autocannons, and rain down a hailstorm on your opponents.
Okay. There's a lot going on in this new update. A lot. I can make some suggestions. Let's work on it right now. It looks to me like there's a lot to worry about and a lot to work on. So I'll take it one step at a time. Of course, let me take care of this first. Of course. There you go. The loading screen takes the longest. It really does. There you go. Now, something happened. Let's take a look and see what they did. Now, this is the video that we saw, that they were talking about. New perks have been added and some old ones have been replaced and improved. Each qualification now contains 6 unique perks, some of which are brand new. On top of them, you could also train 3 group perks: Brothers in Arms, Concealment, Repairs, Firefighting is now only available to the radio operator. So you have to be careful what perks you have on your characters now. You have to be very careful. Because there's certain perks are only good for certain people now. And certain ones are good for all of them. So instead of training everybody one perk, they can only be trained with certain ones. So you have to be very careful what you have them trained to. Brothers in Arms get trained by the entire crew. Concealment, the entire crew. And repairs is the entire crew. Firefighting is only available to the radio operator. You got that? Some less hate the nuance. I can understand that. Crew members can no longer train more than 6 perks of the 3 major qualifications. Ooh. This is interesting. Very interesting. They're limiting the amount of perks that you could train for. Thankfully enough, I only have 2, maybe 3 tanks that have perks trained fully. So I really don't have to worry about that. Usually if the crew is 100% trained, usually what I'll do is I'll send all the XP to the pool, and I'll use gold to unlock it to free. So, but now that this is available, you don't have to waste gold. It goes right to crew. It just goes right to crew books. So from now on, when your crew is fully trained, no more perks can be added to them. Instead of using gold to convert all that experience over, it'll now use that experience and put it towards crew books. When it gets enough to make a crew book, that entire crew will create one crew book for you guys to use in that country, whatever you want to. That comes in very handy, especially the fact you don't have to use gold to do this anymore. This is good too. You can reset a perk. If you made a mistake, now knowing that the perks are limited to certain crew members, you could now reset the perks you have set and set new ones. Okay. So whatever you're working on, stop. At this point, stop. You will have a grace period on which you can make unlimited free perk resets. So every single tank, you have to check each and every crew member of every single tank and make sure that their perks are properly set. Because you will not be able to make perk resets for free if it passes a certain point in time. Okay, guys? So you're on crunch time, so you have to get moving. The grace period begins today, will last 30 days to try different perk combinations. Stick with that suits your play style best. After grace period ends, the first perk reset you make, each existing or new crew members will be free. Okay. From here on in, whenever you come in this game, look at your crews. See that? that means all the crew is not set properly. Every one of your crew members needs to be set. See, that one's not set properly. Each and every tank you have, one crew member is not going to be set properly. So just simply go in there. Looks like he's going to set himself. Okay, let's see. Now, brothers in arms. Every crew member must have brothers in arms. So set it. Now this one needs to be set. Okay, this tank is done. Okay, I see there's one here and there's one here. Now let's see, we have, he needs brothers in arms. He needs it. He needs brothers in arms. Okay, bonus perks. Let's see. Bonus perks available for training. Oh, these are the perks that they were talking about. Certain crew members have a dual qualification. For example, if you have a loader and a radio operator, sometimes they will catch you a break and give you a bonus qualification you could train them on to help you out, to get them fully trained. Because before this started, when you had people with dual qualifications, you had one line with eight crew skills you could train. So you had a loader and a radio operator. You had to smush that within 8 crew skills. Now what they're doing is they're creating one line for each job that person has. So you have the loader and you have the radio operator. So now these are radio skills right here. So this is supposed to be the all loader skills and regular skills. This is going to be radio skills. You got me so far? This is how this is going to work. So now we're going to pick radio skills and see what works. Try this one. All right? That's what we're going to do. That's the way this is going to work. So now instead of going in and playing, you need to very carefully go through every single tank you have in your garage. And for me, this is going to take a long ass time. Trust me. It's going to take me a long time to go through every single tank. I have my work cut out for me, as you can see. But you know what? Whatever. I'll go through it one at a time. I'm going to take my time and go through it one tank at a time. See, this tank is good. This tank is not good. See now, trying to remember what they said. Brothers in arms. See now, here and now lies the problem. Because repairs and concealment, all of them require the entire crew now. So now I have a problem. So I need to be very, very, very cautious on this. So let me see what I can do. This is a medium tank. Okay, so let's see. Let's try concealment. Let's train the entire crew on concealment. That'll be our first perk that everybody's trained on. The second perk they'll be trained on is repairs. The radio operator will keep firefighting, of course. You can't just throw skills in here. You have to really be careful, because some skills only certain crew members can use. Okay? Some skills, all of them have to have it. Now, so now when they get rid of the skill, you have to very carefully look and see what skills are there, and see what skills need to be learned by the entire crew, and what skills you have available already made for single crew members, like firefighting, for example. Don't worry about the extra stuff. Just concentrate on the main perks, okay, guys? Because the main ones are really important. Usually, I keep my first perk. I usually train each and every guy on one perk. This way, somebody is good with something. Now, I have to be very careful, because now, not everybody can use it. So, I kind of got to be careful now. So now the auto fire extinguisher, if you use auto fire extinguisher with a character with firefighting, the fire will go out instantly. If you have a crew with 100% firefighting and you have an automatic fire extinguisher right here, whenever a fire breaks out, the fire will go out almost immediately. What perk you have and what equipment you have really makes a big difference. Repairs. The repair kits are very important, because as you heard him explain, the repair kits are a lot different now. One repairs one module, another one repairs all the modules that are damaged. Now, for what I remember, they used to have a speed governor. Do you remember that? It looked like it was a part of the consumables area. It was called a removable speed governor, or remove speed governor. Well, what they did was they got rid of that, and they added 2 fuels available to you. If I can just move my picture away. Now what they did was they got rid of this remove speed governor, and they added 2 fuel right here. 10% engine power, 5% engine power. That's it. The remove speed governor, gone. If you have that equipped, then that tank has an empty slot. I believe you might have gotten the credits back. I'm not positive. Any tank that had the removed speed governor consumable added, it's gone. Trust me, it's gone. Although I think I only had 2 tanks with removed speed governor. All the rest of them had the fuel, which I don't remember which one. Now, let me see. The tank I had the removed speed governor, I think, was one of the Churchills. I don't remember which one. Let me see with Type 59s. Let me see how this tank's doing. Yeah, this tank has a lot. Let's make sure that all the perks are trained on all these guys. We have repairs, brothers in arms, and concealment. Now, she has concealment, repairs, and brothers in arms. Brothers in arms, repair, concealment, repairs. Brothers in arms, concealment, repairs. Okay, all the skills that require all members to have them, this tank has all them done. All the other skills that need to be learned are all extras, all here. So we're good. This one is only supposed to be for the radio operator. What I think happened was, I think I had a radio skill in here that they took away. I think this is only supposed to be for the radio operator, and that's it. This could come in handy. So far, so good, guys. Finally, dual qualifications have support. So now you have your loader skills, standard ones, and your secondary skills. All here. Still with me so far? Okay, now. She is the driver. Obviously, she has repairs, concealment, and brothers in arms. But she has controlled impact, and she needs another one. Reliable placement. That's a new one. Engineer. controlled impact. Well, this is a medium tank, so I really wouldn't ram anybody per se. This is only good if you're playing a heavy tank. If you're playing a heavy tank, you want controlled impact. Because controlled impact increases the damage dealt to them and decreases the damage dealt by you. I mean, if you're not going to really ram a tank with a medium tank. You can if you want to, but you're not going to do that. It's going to decrease the amount you take and increase the amount they're going to take. Controlled impact is really helpful if you're fast. Yes, we can. Yes, this will come in handy for a Type 59. Type 59 is fairly swift, I will say. This engineer looks to me like it controls the speed by 1 kilometer per hour. That's it. That's not bad. HE shell damage gets absorbed by 10% and decreases damage received from falling by 30%. How many times have you jumped off a cliff and fell and died? If you do that a lot, reliable replacement would come in handy. Reliable replacement decreases the amount of HE damage and decreases the amount of damage you take when you fall off a cliff. If you do dumb and stupid shit like that, that perk will come in very handy. Alright, commanders. Commanders are very hard because, yes, you do want to make sure they have all the perks that you're supposed to have, 1, 2, 3. But also you need to make sure that they have the skills that they need to be a commander. Now, the new ones are emergency. When fully trained, the crew efficiency bonus by 5% for 15 seconds after receiving damage from an enemy. So, if your tank ever gets hit, it increases the crew efficiency bonus by 5% for 15 seconds after receiving damage. That gives the crew an extra boost in their crew efficiency so that they can fix and repair whatever broke faster. Got me? If you get this is a very good perk to have. If you don't want to use repair kits or anything like that, it's a good idea to have the crew repair whatever broke faster. It repairs items faster. Okay? So that's a little bit on the crew perks. So if they remove any perks from you, go through and carefully read, see what needs to be replaced by what the crew member's job is, and what they need to work on. Remember the three perks that you need all crew members trained in. Brothers in arms, repairs, and concealment. You need all crew members trained in those 3 perks. If you have one trained, if you have only one crew member trained in one of those 3 perks, all of them have to be trained in order for you to get credit for it. If you have a 4-man crew and you only have 1 man trained in concealment, you only have a 10%. You only have a 10% crew bonus, concealment bonus. The percentage goes up for each crew member trained. When all crew members are trained in that perk, you get 100% crew. You get 100% bonus. So that's how to fix your crew with the new system. Okay, guys? I know it's a little bit tricky. Take your time. Take it slow. If you need to reset, reset quickly. Do this quickly. Do not screw around. Do not play games. Work on every single tank in your garage until all of them are done. Okay, guys? Because if you don't do this right, you'll be sorry later on. I guarantee you. Trust me, there's a lot of stuff going on with this game now. Make sure you finish everything and get it done right. Okay, so now this tank is officially done. This tank is good. I need nothing to do with this tank. Now, from now on, if this tank ever goes into a battle, if I have all the crew perks trained, her I do not. Her I still have 2 more to go. If your crew member has a dual qualification, that means you have to have 2 lines. 1 line for the loader and 1 line for the radio man. That's the way it goes. If your crew member only has 1 qualification, then you get 1 line. A commander only gets 1 line. So you're going to train him in all the perks that you need 3 in, and then add the commander's perks also. Do not waste crew perks. Do not waste them at all. Only get what you need. Not what you want. Only get what you need. That's it. Make sure you read very carefully. Make sure you read what they do. Make sure you read what each one does. Whether they're a loader and the radio operator. See? This one crew member is the loader and the radio operator. This one crew member is only the driver. That's it. This is only the gunner. The commander is only the commander. Unless you have another perk trained, then you have no choice but to jump in whatever. I believe there is another one where the commander jumps in another position. I don't know if they still have that one. I don't think they have that one anymore. Wow, that's weird. They used to have a perk trained for the commander. When the perk was fully trained, that commander can immediately push the dead crew member aside and jump in that position, immediately take it over, until the other crew members can get them back in action. the commander can take over any position that gets taken out in a heartbeat. I don't know if they still have that exactly, but that used to be a long time ago. It used to be a perk. You used to be able to train that, and I don't know if they still have it anymore, because that's old school. I mean, we're talking really old school. Now let's see. Man, I'm telling you, there is a lot of tanks that are messed up. See, now we have 1, 2. I'm going to take a wild gamble, and I'm going to say, let's try repairs first. Now, concealment on a heavy tank. Think about this. You have a tank this big. Do you really want to conceal something like this? How do you do that? You can't. So, the concealment that the driver has, I'm going to reset this right now, and I'm going to change this to repair. Watch. Ready? Reset for free for 29 days only. You can only do that. You do this for free. Only for 29 days. Now, watch. Repairs. See? Repair. Repair. Now the crew that needs the firefighting has it. Repair, repair. Now next one, he'll do repairs. He'll do repairs. And they'll all be trained in repairs. That's how this new crew perk system works. You have to be very careful. Usually you train brothers in arms first, then do whatever you need first, next, according to the tank you're taking. If you're taking a heavy tank, you do not want to really take concealment, because how do you conceal this? Realistically, you cannot conceal something this big. All you can do is do your best to keep it alive as best as you can by playing smart. Don't play stupid, play smart. Okay? Now remember, if you lose the radio man and your tank catches fire, from now on, you're screwed. Any radio operators are automatically your firefighters. Alright, guys? That's automatic from now on. Anybody who is a radio operator, give them firefighting since minute 1, and they will be able to fight the fire. And if you have this equipped, you'll help them. You'll help them fight the fire quicker. They will fight the fire on their own, but if you activate this, you'll help them fight the fire quicker. Now remember, back in the old days, you used to be able to train all the guys in all those perks. So if a tank was always catching on fire, train everybody in firefighting, it rarely did damage. Now, you can't do that. It's all gone. The only person that will be left with the firefighting skill is the radio operator. This is what they changed. Certain crew members can handle certain crew members are capable of handling certain crew things, and that's it. Plain English, you absolutely cannot do it. It's impossible. All right. The radio operator. What's missing? Yep. That's missing. Now you have to think when you're going through each tank and you see something missing. Remember, radio operator, firefighting. Make sure if you see a repair, or brothers in arms, or a concealment, make sure you decide which you want done first, okay? And then concentrate the next perk with all the guys that don't have it. Okay, where it has Super Hellcat, let's go to this one now. Okay, now we have concealment, 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 concealment. Now, all the crew members have concealment. That one we don't need. We need repairs. Obviously, well, we don't need repairs because tank destroyers don't move a lot. But things can get destroyed. So we should have repairs. So now the radio operator. Now he's the radio operator. What does that mean? See, now I messed up. See, now I just messed up because that's... Oh wait, no, he's also the radio operator, which means the firefighting skill should be here. Ah, see? He's the radio operator and the commander, right? Remember I told you the radio operator is always a firefighter? Radio operator. On the bonus skills for the radio operator, look what's there. See it? Firefighter. That's what they changed. Each person got a skill removed so that you could change the skills properly. Remember, where your skills go, and don't forget. Okay, guys, make sure you set everything properly, okay? If you miss one thing, the whole tank's not going to run right. Now, you have the commander and the gunner. The commander skills are the brothers in arms. The gunner skills are obviously anything that requires a gunner. So, the gunner skills are going to be obviously these. This is a new one, I think. Okay. We're good. This guy is good to go. Now we have radio operator. He needs his firefighting skill. See how easy this is? It's so easy. All you have to do is remember what crew members need certain skills, absolutely need certain skills, and just give it to them. If you don't know, just remember, radio operators need firefighting at all times. They have to have it. Otherwise, they will not be able to put the fire out on their own. And if the radio operator dies, you need to use the first aid kits to get them back up and running. Otherwise, if the tank gets caught on fire, the tank will explode and they will not be able to put the fire out. So save your first aid kits for the radio operators from now on, because they are your firefighters. Instead of the whole crew jumping in and fighting fires, now only your radio operator will do that. Yes, confusing and frustrating as this is, you can make this work if you work hard enough. Okay, guys? Now, we have 2 that need brothers in arms. So we're going to work on that. But I don't know if this is a dual qualification, so I'm not sure if brothers in arms is going to be available. No, it's not. Firefighting is available because he's a radio operator. So when he's done with this skill, what I could do is reset the skill for free. And what you could do is brothers in arms as your first skill, and bonus perks would be firefighting. Done. Now this guy, he is a loader, one of 2 loaders, so he needs his first skill. His first skill is the same one all the rest of them have. As soon as Brothers in Arms is trained, all the crew members will have the bonus from Brothers in Arms. And as soon as that's trained, the whole crew will have the bonus of the firefighting. Remember the way this new crew system works. Okay, guys? This new crew system is very, very hard to understand. But if you take your time and do it slow, you should have no trouble at all. This is good. This is good. This one is not. Now let's see. We have a heavy tank, right? Heavy tanks do not need concealment. So we will reset that. Now remember, it's free now. So take advantage of it and make it right. Now, repair. Here's a heavy tank. Heavy tanks will need repairs. Again, first perk, firefighting, radio operator, always. Always. This guy, no. As much as that is a good, adrenaline rush is a good skill, no. Repairs. The way this new skills, the way the new crew skills are working, some things have to get changed. You have to run things a little differently. This is the way things should be run from now on. This should be repairs. Yes, a lot of good skills here, but ain't gonna mean shit if you don't get your basics down. Okay, this one's done. Moving on to the next one. Okay, this one is completely messed up. We have no important skills. These are all secondary skills. This is not right. But if they want to do this, fine, we'll do this. So, let's see, emergency, this is a what? A light tank? Yeah, it's a light tank. So, it's a light tank. We want recon. Light tanks always need recon. Now, bonus perks, I don't give a shit. What? Firefighting always has to come first. He is a radio operator. Again, firefighting. The first skill should have been something like, it's a light tank. Obviously, you're going to need concealment. So, the next skill, all of them do, is going to be concealment. Straight down the boards. Conceal, 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 conceal. Priority number 1. I would have changed reset all of them. If all of them were close, you know what? If I could reset them all, but yeah, you know what? I could reset them all and set it right, and it might actually work better. See, I could do this, reset it, and it'd be fine. While it's still free. So we'll do concealment. Why? Because the light tank, that's why. Firefighting. You have to. That's like a 0 perk. You have to do that if you're a radio operator. There's with no doubt in my mind that has to get done. I don't care what you say. First perk for a radio operator, it has to be see, this one joins him. Alright, the driver. As much as I hate to get rid of off-road driving, because that's a really good skill, but we are going to insert concealment. Now this is the way the new crew system is working. You're gonna spend your time resetting perks and redoing everything. Everything in your garage is gonna have to get redone. Certain perks require the entire crew to be trained by it. Otherwise, you get oogats. You with me so far? You got me? Good. Alright, now. Is the light tank. When this tank is fully trained 100%, it will have full firefighting skills and full concealment skills. Once this tank is done, we'll be good to go. That'll be it. Okay? Now, after we're done, the next perk we'll train on this light tank will probably be something like, see, like, you wouldn't do repair, because the light tank is small. Not a lot to go wrong. Thank you. Not a lot to go wrong with the light tank. So you have to understand, what you could do is, you could do Brothers in Arms. That's one important skill. Now you have to think about The perks, you have to really think about the perks that all of them have to learn. Not just one, all of them. Repairs, yeah, it does come in handy. But it's a light tank. So, I mean, if you're stopped, the concealment's going to be so good, you'll disappear off the face, you'll disappear off the map as soon as you stop. So, I mean, you'll have some time for the crew to repair it. So, in reality, you really don't desperately need that repair skill if you're a light tank. It does, granted, it does come in handy for a light tank. You don't need it. A light tank needs skills that allows you to see farther than anybody else. Allows you to spot everybody else farther than everybody else. You need to stay hidden better than everybody else. For example, designated target. This comes in handy. For a light tank, this comes in handy. This one right here, light tanks usually don't use AP shells. Light tanks frequently use HE shells because their guns are not big enough. They usually use high explosive shells to knock out crew members, to usually shoot through viewing holes, shoot down gun barrels, try to find any crack and poke an HE shell right through it. So Deadeye will definitely help with that. You could probably train the gunner with Deadeye and aim for like the gunner sights, the commander sights, the driver sights, any of the slots that the crew members look out of. Aim for that with the HE shell. You probably hurt or damage the crew members. Deadeye will definitely help with that. Deadeye will help you damage and or injure the crew members and or the modules you're aiming for. You're just aiming for any random part of the tank. Deadeye won't do shit. But you are aiming specifically for the ammo rack only. And you have Deadeye skill, and you have the right ammo, whether AP or HE, and the Deadeye is fully trained, you'll pop that ammo rack so fast that tank will explode. Now think, the gun on a light tank is not strong enough to really pop an ammo rack. So, I mean, but you are using HE shells a lot. So, it is or it isn't. This could be another one that you could try on the gunner. So that is a possibility, of course. So really, you're going to have to take a lot of time, less time in playing and a lot more time into thinking crew and what they can and can't do. Okay, guys? Take a lot of time going through the crew, what they can and can't do, what they should do, and what they all have to learn together. Okay? Of course, if they reset all of your skills, we got to select the chapter. Tell me the Waffenträger is back. I'm going to cry because that sucked. Okay, they have a new system. Let's see what it is.
On the battlefield, a bright future is illuminated by lucid minds and tank spotlights. This is what many scientists who worked with von Krieger thought. But
Yup.
at the time, their ideas
Waffenträger's back.
dangerous. The electricity in their hands stopped making the future bright. It started burning it. In the new season of Battle Pass, engineers and their creations from the early days of the Alliance period await you. The concept number 5 turned into a team vehicle to coordinate squad actions. It was designed by an avid experimenter, Tommy Parker. The Panzerkampfwagen 7 is equipped with an advanced EMP system. Marion Sharmer contributed greatly to the development of this technology. The K-91 is an experimental project created for scientific research into railgun use. This prototype, ahead of its time, can be considered the swan song of anti-bushmaking. All three styles reflect the scientists' dedication to creating fundamentally new weapons based on electricity. This season follows the classic rules, and as always, many rewards await you. Complete Battle Pass and earn useful resources, bounty and experimental equipment, and new customization elements. Remember that this season is the last of the yearly cycle. Don't miss your chance to earn tokens to grab rare Tier 9 tanks, including this year's newcomers, the TS-60 and the TT-130M.
Probably French and German.
Harness the power of science.
French and German, my guess. That's my guess. They're probably French and German tanks. That's the wheeled vehicles I think are on maybe on the French line. That's German. That could be Italian. I'm not sure. K91, it could be Italian. This may be British. This could be British. This could be German. And K91, I don't know. This could be Polish. I'm not positive, but it could be Polish. So this looks a little bit like, let's get a good look at it. You know what this looks like? This looks like the E100 with the turret in the back of the body. The only thing I don't like about this, I don't like the exposed turret overhead. Artillerymen would have a field day with this tank. If one artillery shot would take this whole tank out, it would take forever to get this tank back and running. If an artilleryman hit this tank. Splash over alone would take both treads out. That sucks. You're a sitting duck. If this tank is only for use with the Waffenträger event, that's fine. If this tank is available for World of Tanks, this tank is useless. Useless garbage. Totally useless. I'm telling you right now. Now this one, I'm guessing this might be Polish. It looks like Polish. I'm not positive. It's not Russian, I'm telling you right now. It looks Polish. Of course, it has a lot of garbage gobbledygook on it, but for the most part, it looks like a Polish tank. The rear-mounted turrets I'm not a fan of. Rear-mounted turrets really make you extra vulnerable to fire against your loaders, against your drivers, against your fuel tanks. Instead of everything going behind you, everything's now in front of you, which is not good, you know? Now, normally behind you would be a fuel tank. Loader would be, of course, be in the turret, of course. Driver would be in the front. The driver and the commander would be here. The loader and the gunner would be here. Radio operator would be probably here. Now you have the engine here. Fuel tank somewhere. I don't know where the fuel tank is with this tank. On Russian tank, the fuel tank is right here. But on this tank, the fuel tank might be in the turret, which is a huge problem because that turret's going to turret toss. One big hit in that turret, and the turret will come right off. So you could see the problems with some of these tanks. Some of them are kind of like, eh. These new wheeled tanks, I do like them. Because although they have the weak points, they're fast. And something this fast comes in very handy. So, you know what? We're better off with this one. Me personally, I do not like rear-mounted turrets. I do not like them. I'll show you why. I have one tank that's rear-mounted. There, I have this one, right? Rear-mounted turret. Looks fine. I'll show you one thing I don't like about this tank. Fuel's in the back. Same thing as any other Soviet tank. Now, this is not an autoloader, so you need a loader for it. Ah, see, my crews are all messed up. I'll fix that. It's fine. Now, you have a driver and a radio operator in the front. Commander behind them. Right? Loader and the gunner in the turret. Okay? The commander is the radio operator. So the commander and the driver sit in the front. Okay? Now the gunner and the loader are in the turret. But where is the ammunition? I can tell you right now. If you look at this gun very carefully, 8-second gun loading, 6.5-second gun loading. I'd like to say this is an autoloader, but I'm not positive. I'm not going to say this is an autoloader because I can't be positive it is. Okay, that's... We need radio operator skills. So, jamming. Communications expert. Okay, that's done. Now, one mistake I made, I could probably fix it right now. Adrenaline rush. I messed up adrenaline rush. So we're gonna do Brothers in Arms. All of them are 0 perk trained. And then we're gonna do concealment. Because this tank, although is a rear mounted tank, this tank is very easily destroyed. I'll explain to you why. Now, perks are good. See, these are good. Everything's good. Nothing's taken care of. Nothing's all messed up. Everything's good. What I want to do is I want to take this in a training battle. I want to show you guys how this works. I don't think this is gonna work. See, you can't go in there by yourself. You can't just go on a test run. No, it's not gonna work. See, it'd be nice if you just go on a test. See, you used to be able to just go on a test run by yourself, but you can't. Then you gotta go in and actually do a round. Alright, let's go on a round. Let me show you guys the benefits and not having the benefits of. Now, let's make sure that we have everything set up. She's got concealment. He doesn't. Okay? What we can do is Brothers in Arms need to be set up. Alright? Now your number 2 perk, concealment. Set that up. Now by setting that up, the 0 perks will be done. Then your first perk will be concealment because you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. Your radio operator needs fudge. Alright, the radio operator needs firefighting. Oh man, not good. I messed up. Firefighting was right there. Which means I have to reset everything. I don't want to do that. Next go around, I'll put firefighting in there. Oh, not good. Make sure I have a fire extinguisher. Yes, I do. This tank doesn't really get set on fire that often. Alright, let's take it in a quick battle. Let me show you guys how different the crew will work together now. The crew will now work a little bit better. Unfortunately, my zero perk will work fine. Second perk will not work as well. There's nothing to conceal here. So, let's see. Alright, now, our zero perk is Brothers in Arms. Alright? Our first perk is Concealment. So let's take advantage of that. We're a medium tank. Now let me show you guys something with this tank. There's a reason why I don't like this tank. Ready? Watch. The tank turret does not go all the way around. What it does is that it stops right here. The tank turret will only turn here and there. That's it. I'm not moving it. Watch. The tank turret does not go all the way around. This tank needs to be treated as though it's a tank destroyer. And not a medium. This is actually a medium tank, guys. A medium tank. I'm dead serious. This tank has to be treated as though it's a tank destroyer. It has to be. Because you absolutely cannot get a shot out. You will not be able to get a shot out, period. See, now watch. See? I want to look over here. Why is my tank moving? I don't want to move. It's moving on its own. I want to look over there. Watch this. Ready? I didn't move the tank. All I did was move the turret. The tank moved on its own. Because the tank is locked. The turret is locked. It only moves in a 180 degree. Oh, okay. They're calling for a supporter on the other side. I'm on it. They want support on the other side. I'll have to make it happen. I am a medium tank after all, even though this medium really kind of the turret kind of sucks on this medium. I will go help. That's fine. Okay. I was spotted. I probably still am. But I don't care. Because I have somebody right here chilling. And I'm coming up the hill over here. I'm assuming that they're at least somewhere over here or somewhere over here. So as soon as I pop out here, I'm going to get spotted and shot. Now, if I look around, the only place I can hide is up in those mountains. And I'm never going to get there in time. I'm slow. So the best thing I could hope for is to stay here. Nope, I just got spotted. Someone spotted me. That's the best thing I could hope for. Someone's hitting me. Someone's hitting me from behind. Not good. The turret. See, the whole tank's gonna move now. So now we got. Oh shit! We got heavies coming at the base. Not good. Now I gotta turn around and go back. Let me call for defense. Oh, go away, you bitch. I can't turn the turret. Oh, man.
What is this?
That's why you can't. I'm live. That's why you cannot turn turret. That's why you cannot play tanks that the turrets won't turn. When they're frozen in place, I mean, you're screwed. You absolutely cannot do anything. See? If I wanted to turn my turret around during 60 degrees, I wouldn't be able to. I'd be screwed. I'd be totally screwed. Alright? So basically you have to be careful when you play certain tanks. You have to make sure you play them, make sure you study them. If you have friends that you're able to try tanks out and just experiment with them a little bit, not officially play in a game. You're able to jump in training rooms. If you're able to go in here and try tanks out in here, do it. Use the training areas as much as you can, because certain tanks are a pain in the ass. They look real cool, but certain things don't work the way they should, because the tanks were not built that way. For example, that tank, the turret doesn't go all the way around. So when I had somebody behind me, my chassis had to move in order for me to hit them. By the time my chassis moved, I was dead. Useless. So that tank is really only used. That tank is useless for moving up. That tank is only used as a tank destroyer sniper from the rear. That's it. That tank, you can only use that medium tank as a sniper tank to guard the base. That's it. If you use it for anything else, you're gonna die. Plain English. Tanks, you have to be very careful. You have to learn what they do, how well they do, and you have to utilize them to their advantage. This tank has absolutely no turret whatsoever. The tank gun is mounted on the body. This tank also, the body moves. You want to shoot somebody to the left of you, your tank has to move. So your first perk will have to be Brothers in Arms. Second perk will have to be Concealment. Your third perk has to be Repairs. Has to be Repairs. Then, all the rest of them can be whatever the hell you want. Tank destroyers, very hard to run them. Very hard to run them. Let's see. Let's see. If you have a medium tank. Let's say you have a medium tank, standard medium tank, standard speed, so on and so forth, right? What skills do you pick? First, pick Brothers in Arms, of course. Obviously, I have some work to do, of course, because the new skills kicked into effect. So this one we'll work on together. Ready? We're gonna reset every skill on these guys automatically, and I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. This is a medium tank. Okay. Now a medium tank is gonna have Brothers in Arms, 0 perk, obviously. Now, a medium tank, obviously you can either have it sit in the back or have it move forward. You have to determine whether you want this tank to do one or the other. Obviously, we're going to have it move up. We're going to have this tank move up. So we're going to need its first perk to be repairs. If this tank is going to move up, its first perk will have to be repairs. Reset this for free. 0 perk, Brothers in Arms. First perk, repairs. Alright. This one. First perk, Brothers in Arms. Second perk, repairs. And bonus perks. Firefighting. Radio operator. Remember the radio operator? Firefighting. Always firefighting. Don't forget the firefighting. Always make sure your firefighting is in there. Your new perk system is really messed up. Everything has been missing. But if you just remember this fundamental thing, you'll never mess up ever. Make sure that all your characters are unified. If you're playing a light tank, or you're playing a medium, or if you're playing a medium tank that has a sniper role, or a tank destroyer, make sure they have concealment. Make sure they have camo nets. Make sure they have concealment bonuses on all the guys. Make sure your radio operator has firefighting. Make sure all of this is taken care of. Do not allow anything to get messed up. Okay, guys? It's a basic fundamentals. We're going to have to learn a new fundamental now. As far as crew goes. The crew 2.0 system was great. But this is now changing the whole game. You're going to have to change your skills around big time. If you want any of those, skills like Brothers in Arms or repairs or concealment, it's all or nothing. Plain English, all or nothing. And until all of these are trained to 100%, you have to use repair kits. It will not repair itself until all of these are trained to 100%. You guys understand? Alright? Now, think of it this way. Ready? Let's say I get this tank, right? This tank has concealment on all the members, right? Let's say I take this tank let's say I take this tank out on a ramp. Let's say I find a really juicy bush right there. And I park in that bush and just look forward. As long as I remember that the turret now I went in the training rooms Alright, I tested it out. I know for a fact that if I move the turret past this point right here, or past this point right here, the body will move and I'll get spotted. So I know this tank gets treated. This tank has to get treated like a tank destroyer. With that in mind, keep your ammunition well stocked and make sure that you have your ammunition properly stocked. Because to be honest with you, this is not going to work. You're going to have to spend more money on better ammo now, because they pretty much ruined everything. You're now going to have to spend more money on. You're now going to have to spend more money on better ammo. Yeah, it sucks, but what are you going to do? This has to get done. I don't like using gold rounds. I can't stand it. But now they're forcing me to use gold rounds on certain tanks when I don't want to. I will use high explosive rounds if I have to. Not a big deal. If I need it, I absolutely have the AP rounds. If I think the AP rounds are going to do the... If I think the AP rounds will punch through, that's all fun and good. This tank is 100% unlocked. I have everything I need. All I can do is hope, and that's it. You see now, with this tank, I think there's only one, there is 2 turrets. Now this turret went all the way around. This turret did not. This turret only went here to here. This turret went all the way around. As soon as I upgraded the turret, instantly, as soon as I upgraded the turret to get the better gun, instantly my vision was limited to this and this. So the tank may look good, it may look awesome, it may work great, but the upgraded equipment might not be as good. But in order to progress to the next tier, you have to at least unlock it. You don't have to use it. You don't have to buy it. You have to unlock it. So you could, in reality, you could stick with this and run this all the way to the end until you get this. And you could have that turret that goes all the way around if you want to. You can if you want to. You don't have to. See now, this game is all about strategy. It's all about, okay, this tank is all fun and good, but I don't like the way the turret runs. The turret only runs a certain direction. How can I fix this? How can I actually make this work for me? How can I make this turret work? How can I make this tank work for me? Obviously, this is the back's a weak spot because there's 2 fuel tanks right there. There's 2 fuel tanks sticking out right out in the open. I don't like this. So maybe it's best that I keep the front forward. These are exhausts. Right? So they're facing the back. So obviously, if you were to stick an HE shell down here, it would probably blow the engine up. That could be a problem. If someone's behind you, in this tank, they can either hit this with an HE shell and blow your tank to smithereens, or hit this and destroy your engine. So in reality, you don't want your back exposed. Period. Period. Because if you do, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 ways that they can kill you. Versus the 1, 2, 3 ways they can kill you on the front. So you have 4 ways in the back, 3 in the front. In the front you can defend yourself, the back you can't. So this tank stays in the back and never goes forward. Ever. Ever. You always keep this tank as a tank destroyer. So because the tank has to be treated like it's a tank destroyer, you need better ammunition. Which means you need to spend more money on better ammunition which means you need to spend more money on gold rounds for this tank. Use this one as a normal ammo. It's not doing any shots. Switch to this one. I mean, if he's not a huge priority, switch to this one. For the most part, this ammunition now becomes an number 1 priority. But the ammunition costs $4,800 per bullet. Dead serious. 4,800 credits per bullet. Per shot. Versus the 1,250 and the 1,170 for the other shots. So 3,000 credits more to fire this. So if you're gonna hit with this, you better make damn sure this thing's gonna do damage. Because if it doesn't, you're in for a lot of pain in your checkbook. You need to make double, triple, quadruple sure that you know what the hell you're doing. Otherwise you're screwed. Majorly, you're screwed. It's hard. It really is. It's very, very hard. Okay, guys? Let's see what we got here. Let's see what else we can do. Crew perks. What else we can we do? Okay, now. This crew is all over the map. They're trained in random. See, back in the old days, all of them didn't need to be trained. Only one person had to be trained. So now if you look at all these crews, you have one. This is a heavy tank, by the way. Heavy tanks do not need concealment. They need repairs. So obviously, this guy is a loader. He needs a repair skill. That's number 1 priority. He needs a repair skill. He has one. That's fine. He needs a repair skill. He doesn't have one. He's going to have to this whole thing's going to have to reset. He needs a repair skill. It's a heavy tank. Heavy tank needs repair skills. Concealment, you don't want concealment on a heavy tank. Now the concealment requires all members. You don't want it on a heavy tank if you can help it. Try to stay away from tank. With heavy tanks, try to stay away from concealment because it requires all the members to have the perk. And heavy tanks usually have a lot of crew members. Now, turret traverse, speed, aiming, and turret traverse. Gun dispersion might come in handy. Wow, These are 2 new perks, I see. Okay, we're gonna give this guy concentration. Now, repairs. They all have their 0 perk skill ready. He's a radio operator, which means he needs firefighting. Understand? You guys got me so far? All the skills that require only 1 person, make sure that that person has it. Without a shadow of a doubt, that person has to have it. Make sure you pay attention. All members. That these skills are for only drivers. So you could pick any one of these. You could put Brothers in Arms, but all of them need it. And they don't have it. Concealment, you're a heavy tank. You don't need it. So pick a driver skill. Okay, you're all set. Now the tank's crew is ready to go. That's how the new crew system is going to work now. All your tanks have to be redone, completely redone. I mean, 100% redone. Every single tank you own, and with me this is going to take forever because I have a lot of tanks. Make sure all their crew skills are fully functional. Make sure all of them make sense. Alright? Now here, I pretty much have it under control. The only difference is that I didn't get a chance to put firefighting. I didn't get a chance to put any other skills up because I wasn't done training the first skills yet. So they gave me this one for free, which firefighting is going in it. So that's that. So that's that. Okay. See, oh wow. See, these are all messed up. See, now we got some really messed up things going on here. We have our 0 perk skill. Brothers in Arms. Nobody else has Brothers in Arms. Maybe we can fix that. Now, we have concealment here, concealment here. This is a heavy tank. Oh my God, all these services need to be completely redone. Alright, they're going to get Brothers in Arms first. And then they're going to get repairs. The reason why is because Brothers in Arms requires all members to have it. She already has it trained. So we're going to put repairs in. because that one's pretty much almost trained. This one, repairs, is already trained. So we're going to reset. And do Brothers in Arms repairs. Done. Now, now she has, see, repairs.
Rosie, you need to wake up. Very hot. Okay, Mr. Mike.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so now firefighting and repairs. Firefighting, obviously, you have to have, because now they will not put the fire out unless somebody has firefighting. That's a rule. Unless somebody has firefighting, if a fire breaks out, it will not be put out unless somebody has that perk. And unless you have a fire extinguisher in your inventory. From now on, if somebody sets your tank on fire and you don't have fire extinguishers and they don't have firefighting skills, the tank will explode. There will be no way of putting the fire out. So there's certain things you have to have. You always have to have fire extinguishers. You always have to have somebody, the radio man with firefighting. Some things have to change from now on whenever you play this game. If you don't change, then, well, you're going to be screwed. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be massively in trouble. Now, practicality. This is a brand new skill that I have no idea what it is. Okay. The cooldown time of the consumables gets reduced. Sound detection. This one will come in very handy. Okay, now that that's done, carefully look over your bonus perks and make sure that all your bonus perks are settled up. The bonus perks is a new thing now. Bonus perks are really odd. It seems to be a new it seems to be this is what they added. Preferably if you have a multiple person that's trained for multiple jobs, they will be able to gain perks from that job on its own. So this is for the commander. The commander has these perks available to him. The radio operator has these perks available to them. This might come in handy. Okay. We're good. She's all set. This tank is all ready to go. Alright, the repair modules, all of them have repair. As soon as these three get repaired up to 100%, we'll have repairs. In the meantime, if something breaks, I have small repair kits in the meantime. Now, keep this in mind. If you do not have all 4 members with repair skills up to 100%, the part will not repair itself at all. It will not repair itself, period. You'll have to use a repair kit in order to repair it. That's why it's very important you set everything just right. Alright? Because unless all the crew members have repair up to 100%, the part will not fix itself. It will stay broken. Which means you have to use this to fix it. Every single time. That sucks. It sucks. It's very expensive. And you know what? Remember this and use this to your advantage in your next game, because this is really going to help you as a player. It's going to help you. Because if you remember what I'm saying right now, you may lose the match, but in the long run, you'll hurt their wallet more than anything else in the world. You'll force them to pay for one of these every single goddamn time. They'll have three repair kits and one. They'll have to pay for 3 repair kits and one fire extinguisher. By the time they pay for all that, they'll be in the minus. All that damage they did will be for nothing. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, they beat you. Yeah, they're being a douchebag. Yeah, they're not being a nice person. But you hit them where it hurts the most. Their wallets. Never forget this. In this game, money is everything. Winning and losing means absolutely dick squat. I'm telling you right now. Yes, winning gets you more XP. Winning gets you more XP. Winning gets you more credits. Yes. But if someone's being a nasty dickwad, you now know that if you knock out individual items and you force them, if they don't have all crew members trained to repair, they're going to have to use this every single time now. Every single time. The parts will not repair themselves. Tracks will not fix themselves anymore. They will not, unless you have all members with repair skills. Tracks will not repair themselves. They will not, unless you have all members with the repair skill fully trained. If all members are fully trained, that broken part gets repaired instantly. If you have one member trained, it takes longer for the part to fix itself, because only the person who's trained will be able to repair it. But the problem is, it's going to take longer. But at least it'll get worked on. If you don't want to repair it, at least it gets worked on. If all the members are trained, it will get repaired 3 times quicker. Understand? So you don't have to waste your money on this anymore. Get every member trained in repair. So that this way, that part, you don't have to pay for that repair kit. You don't have to pay for that small repair kit every time somebody blows a track. If all of these are trained for repair at 100%, if I went out there right now, it would take, a track would get repaired. See, because she's done. But it would take 4 times as long. If I was concealed, right? Or if, let's say the gun, let's say I slapped an HE shell right down the barrel of their gun. Let's say I broke their gun, right? But they hit me in the track. If I hit their gun and they don't have their full repairs, then I can wait for the crew to repair it. There's no rush. Or wait for myself to reload, which is total fun and good. You see, with this new crew system, this changes the game completely. Everything has changed. Nothing is business as usual. This entire game has changed only because of the crew system. The crew is now capable of wiping their own butts. Instead of you pushing a button and doing it, the crew can now wipe their own butts. And they could do it not slowly, they could do it quickly. Are you understanding? Okay. Let me help you guys understand a little bit better. Do you remember this? Light tank? Now, what's a light tank's job? A light tank's job is to what? Spot. That's number 1. A light tank's job is to be fast. That's number 2. And a light tank's job is to track every bit you could find. You're not supposed to kill anything. You're supposed to just track them. Track them, spot them, track them, and run like hell. That's it. Spot them, track them, and run like hell. The reason why you track them is because you want to slow the team down to allow your teammates. You want to spot them, track them, to allow your teammates to catch up to them, to help, so they can help you. Because there's no way in hell you can destroy them on your own, because you're a light tank. You have like paper thin millimeter armor, and they have guns that are like the size of half the size of the Titanic. The best you can hope for is to spot them and maybe blow their tracks out. And now their tracks won't repair on their own unless they have their skills set up properly. See, now if they blow my track out, my tracks won't repair, period, at all. Why? Because there are no repair skills here at all. Nothing. If they break something on this tank, I'm screwed. I can't repair anything because they don't have any skills to do that. Once the concealment's done, my next crew skill will be repairs. So that this way, if they break a track, it'll just repair itself instantly and keep going. So I can keep going. That's it. That's why it's so important you get your skills set up. With this new system, you have to get your skills set up properly. Otherwise, you are screwed. This new system will make or break a player completely. You really have to be on your toes with this new system. This is very, very tricky. Let me spread you out another example. See if we can find the right tank for it. Let's see if I can find it. Can I find it? Is it here? I can't. Come on. Where are you? I think it's on mediums. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Now, this tank. If you guys ever know what this tank is extremely slow. When you buy this tank, it's slower than a tog. That's how slow this is. Okay? You really have to try to do things to make this go faster. Okay? Which means now the consumables change. Let's make sure that we got the right one. Excellent fuel. Yes, that is the right one. Now, we do have the right fuel tank. We do have the right fuel out. Yes. The mobility, that's properly now. Improved rotation mechanism, yes, that's fine. This tank has not changed that much. Thank God. This tank was having some serious... This tank was slower than a tog. This tank, you really have to have... When you have a tank that's a medium tank, you need speed. This tank does not have that. Even with all the improvements I did, it still moves the speed of a slow medium now. So the best you can hope for is to have repair skills like you would not believe. So we have one guy with repair, one guy with concealment, two guys with repair, two guys with repair, two guys with concealment, which means repair, conceal. So now, repair, conceal, conceal, now, see, some of these guys need to be redone. So now this, we could probably situate this one as consumable cooldown. Just in case. Now, this one, consumable cooldown because we don't have everybody set for repair yet. So now, snapshot. We're going to have to reset the entire thing now. It's got to be repair, repair, conceal, and this one will be the gunner skill. Designated target, quick aiming. Yep, this one. Okay. That one's good. Now, this guy we need repair and we need concealment. Reset for free. You get free resets for at least 29 days, so take advantage of it. Repair. Conceal. Done. This one will be for your driver skill now. Controlled impact, engineer. When fully trained, increase the top forward burst speed of your vehicle. Reduces the penalty to damage engine by 20%. This tank has a problem with speed, so engineer will come in very handy. Remember, if a tank has problems with speed and you can't make it better, anything involving speed, take advantage of. Okay? Now, this guy is going to have to be completely reset. Now, we have to have repair, conceal. Then, the loader skill. He's obviously not going to be close combat because the tank is very slow. Intuition. Yes, we do want intuition. That's a good skill. This tank will not be involved in close quarters combat. I can probably guarantee you that. Firefighting, have to. That's a must-have. That's 0 perk. That has to be done. Okay. The way it stands right now. Someone breaks our track, repairs itself almost instantly. Now, we have a camo net. A class 2 camo net, right? That's good news. We also have all members with camouflage. 86% camouflage rating. Including this. This is 12%. That's 98% camouflage rating. 98% camouflage rating. Guys, a tank that's slower than a tug. Who cares if it's slower than a tug? Nobody can spot it. It's impossible. A 96% camouflage rating this tank has. If it's slower than a tug, who cares? Now, the radio operator has the firefighting skill learned, which means they can fight the fires on their own. Just in case, I have a fire extinguisher right there. Just in case. Okay, guys? Repairs. If they ever blow a track or screw the gun up, we have repair kits. Alright? Now, the improved rotation mechanism. It's obviously a medium tank, so it doesn't need a gun rammer. Aiming speed, I don't really think we're gonna need improved aiming speed. Aiming circle. What this is good for is artillery. You're playing an artillery piece. The aiming circle, you want it to get from here to here as quickly as possible. So you want this. improved aiming. You want this, obviously. So this is perfect for artillery. This is good for regular tanks. Now this is handy to increase the hull traverse speed of the tank, maintain speed when moving across different terrain types. Now this is actually a better skill to have in this tank than the one I currently have. It's much, much better. So maybe I'll just do that, and then, because that's a better skill to have. See? Now we just improved this tank significantly. Now think of it, a tank that was slower than a tug. A tank that's slower than a tug is now very slow. And now this tank is actually very decent. Let me show you guys. The speed of this tank is slower than a tug. You guys know how slow a tug is, right? A tug is so slow you never make it to the other side. This tank is slower than the tug. It's a premium tank. Now, I'm going to show you the speed this thing is able to go now. You guys are going to be blown away when you see this. This is absolutely insane. I can actually spot with this tank now. I'm dead serious. A tank that used to be slower than a tug, I can actually spot with it. This is insane. I don't know about spotting, but pretty close. Considering this tank was slower than a tug, this is not bad. This is really not bad. This tank was clocked to be slower than a tug. The tug is the slowest tank in the game. I have this tank faster than a tug. This tank is equal to a normal medium tank speed. Not bad, huh, guys? I'd have to say this is a job well done. This is a premium tank. Shit. I should moved around too much. I should have stayed behind that bush. That's the biggest rookie mistake. Oh, see, there was no bush. I should have been behind that bush. I should have stayed behind the bush and not moved. That's my own fault. I did something stupid. That's fine. My point is, the tank moves faster than a tug. That it does. My job is done. You do not need equipment upgrades to make a tank go faster. All you need to do is work on the equipment big time. get your experimental equipment upgraded, put them in. Only use experimental equipment if the tank in question desperately needs it. Okay, guys? For example, let's say you have this tank. This tank is a Sherman that the Russians got their hands on, got their dirty mitts on. I don't know how that happened, but yes, this is an M4 Sherman that the Russians got their hands on. I don't know how, but they did. So, this tank, I will definitely say, this tank will definitely not work the way it's supposed to work because the Americans are not piloting it. So, their skills need to be big time beefed. Their basic skills need to be beefed. Now, they have their brothers in arms, but their first perk needs to be worked on. Now, my guess, this is the M4 Sherman. We could put concealment, right? That could be a good first skill. Or we could use repairs. Honestly, putting concealment on an M4 Sherman would be a lot more useful. I'm telling you right now, it would be a lot more useful. So let's try that, shall we? Brothers in Arms. That's my first crew skill. Concealment. Brothers in Arms. First crew skill. Concealment. Second crew skill. Brothers in Arms. Concealment. Brothers in Arms. Firefighting. Now, this is a very important thing. Because firefighting, you absolutely positively need this. This has to be on here. So, what I will do is, I will try to boost the training on this guy as best as I can. No, I only want one. Yeah, see? That's all I got. That's not good. Okay. Nobody has concealment. And nobody has... Alright. And nobody has firefighting either. This tank... I need to work on this tank big time. Now, Brothers in Arms. Brothers in Arms is officially activated. All members has it. Now, concealment. Now, as soon as he gets trained with concealment, we'll have concealment ability. As soon as this firefighting gets trained, he'll have, well, the whole tank will have firefighting abilities. As long as you have a fire extinguisher in the tank, they'll be able to fight the fire. If you do not have a fire extinguisher in the tank, they will not be able to fight the fire. Of course, you could speed it up by activating the firefighter, but in order to fight the fire, you need a fire extinguisher in the tank. They will not. In the past, they'd scream, "Put the fire out," and once in a while, they'd put the fire on their own, whether you had this or not. Now you have to have this in the tank in order for them to put the fire out, and if you use it, it'll put it out instantly. If you activate this, it will put it out instantly. But just having it in the tank will allow them to put it out on their own. If you can afford to have them put it out on their own, as long as you have this, they can. But you absolutely, positively, desperately need it out now. Activate the fire extinguisher. That's what they're for. So some things about this game are different. Some things in this game have changed a lot. So you have to realize that nothing is what it seems now. So you have to keep all this in mind and keep all this in the back of your head and realize that you desperately need to go through the tanks that you have and realize that, you know what, some things have to change. Some things really have to change. For example, this tank. This tank, I used to have a that they don't have it anymore. I used to have that limiter removal consumable on here. You push a button and it goes a little bit faster, but it ruins the engine. I used to have that on this tank. That's another thing I could put on the other tank, but it's gone now. It's history. What I did was I put just the basics on here. But I also have a camo net. Now, camo net's useless unless you have the skills to back it up. So let's see if we can work on that. Concealment on her. Nope, I'm gonna have to reset all the skills. Reset for free. Now, this is the gunner. Let me see. He's got repairs. Only one of them has repairs. So, I'm going to assume that Brothers in Arms is going to be a perk 1. Concealment is going to be a perk 2. And a gunner skill will be perk 3. Actually, no, we'll make repairs perk 3. Now, this guy. Brothers in Arms. Concealment. Repairs. All right. See that? All three are going to have all three. The only thing I need to do is I need to reset her and set her skills up right. Reset. Brothers in Arms. Train. Repairs. Actually, concealment first. Then repairs. All right, now. Let's see. Brothers in Arms. Concealment. All right, next perk will be repairs. Now, she needs to get redone. Brothers in Arms. Concealment. Repairs. And her crew skirt and her crew. She replaces knocked out crew members with the 65% effectiveness. This could work. That by her having this, that'll save me from using a repair kit, a healing, a thing to heal the crew members. That's handy. Okay, so we're good. This tank is done. This is one of the best trained crews in the game right now. The way it stands right now, they have perfect concealment. Now, if I add the directive, natural concealment, which, if I add this, natural cover, perfect, absolutely perfect. Nobody will ever be able to see me at all, period. Now, nobody will be able to see me. As long as all of their skills are trained to 100%, I have a camo net and I have natural concealment, natural cover. I'll just, every time I stop, I'll simply disappear. Perfect concealment. I'll disappear from the map completely. This tank will instantly turn into the perfect tank to, well, disappear, so to speak. So, let's see. This tank is fast enough. I don't think we need to go faster. Fire extinguisher. Crew efficiency bonus. You can certainly use that. Although, if somebody gets knocked out, it'd be nice to have a first aid kit. Yeah, it would be nice to have a first aid kit. Okay. We're good to go. Okay, guys, what do you say we do a quick round and just test this tank out? Okay. Now, if what Wargaming says is correct, concealment, everybody has to be at 100%. This guy is short, so my concealment will be okay. I have a 91% concealment rate. 91%. It's not perfect. It's not bad. Now, 91% is really not bad. Let's test this theory out, shall we? It says I have a 91% concealment rate. With a heavy tank, mind you. A heavy tank. Let's see how correct this is. Let's see if I can play it safe. Well, providing we have the proper map for it. Let's see if we can play it safe. Come on, give us the right map. You know you want to. Come on, give us the map. Not quite what I wanted. Damn it the hell anyway. Oh, fuck. Now I gotta go through the damn town. Now I gotta go through the stupid town now. Wonderful. Okay, ready? Let's test out the theory. I'm going to jump into this bush. Let me see. I'm going to jump into this bush here, guys. See that right there? I'm going to jump in. What I want you to do is I want you to look at this and see when that turns bright green. Okay? Everybody can see me. Watch. Watch how fast they disappear. Ready? Gone. Nobody can see me. I can't be spotted at all, period. Ready? Watch. Now I can. That was quick. That's because all the crew perks are not fully trained. That one last crew member is trained up to 100%. I'll disappear instantly. I have like a 2-second window of getting spotted. Now, if I just add something that I can spot people, I'm good. So technically, I could actually have a heavy tank that's able to spot. And I can have a heavy tank that can disappear. Which is pretty damn cool if you ask me. Whoa. Hello. Oh shit, this is not good. I have no choice. Fucking hell, somebody's behind me. Oh, fuck me. Bitch. Fuck you. Oh, somebody's behind me. Somebody's hitting me from behind. There's nothing I can do. Nobody to cover me. That's not good. Absolutely nothing I can do. Somebody's hitting me from the front. Somebody's hitting me from behind. Can't do anything about it. Not good. Well, as you saw, I showed you guys. I stopped in the bush. 2 seconds later, I disappeared. That's really quick. That's what this is what those new crew bonuses will do. If you do it right and set the tanks up properly, that's exactly what this is going to do. Okay, guys? So, when you go into World of Tanks, do not jump in battles right away and do your own thing. Work on every single crew and every single tank and make sure every single one is perfect according to however the tank is. For example, if the tank is a light tank, make sure it's set up to be a light tank. Make sure the crew is set up to be a light tank. Make sure the guys who have concealment make sure all of them have concealment. If they need repairs, make sure all of them have repairs. If you want them to have brothers in arms, make sure all of them have it. Make sure that those perks are set up properly. For example, see this repairs right there? That's useless. Their repair will not work. Period. It will not work unless they have it too. The old system, all you needed was one person and it would work. The new system, all of them have to have it in order for it to work. Now, one guy has it. All the rest of them need it now. Which means this whole tank has to be redone. So my suggestion for this tank, get rid of the brothers in arms, because he doesn't have brothers in arms. Get rid of it and put in another 0 perk. Put in repairs. 1, 2, 3, 4 repairs. What you do is your tanks are going to look like that, jumbled up. You need to organize them. Pick 1 0 perk that tank needs the most. It needs repairs. So, okay, that's fine. Brothers in arms, make it go away. That's fine. I'll fix it. Brothers in arms. Done. Repairs. Now, I think I screwed this one up. It's okay. I'll fix it. No problem. It's got to go repairs. Number 1. 0 perk has to be repairs. And honestly, it doesn't matter at this point. As long as everybody's got repairs. Now, everybody will have repairs. Everybody will be set up, ready to go. This guy, my next perk will probably be... Now, my next perk I get will probably end up being... Whoa, hold on. There you go. Okay. My next perk I get will probably end up being... Oh. I can change? Very nice. Let's see. It's a gunner, right? Quick aiming. All right, now, when if the track gets blown, it will take a lot longer. See now, the repair speed of the damaged module is increased by 78%. When this perk is trained to 100 by all crew members. See that? It says all crew members. If it's trained by all crew members who have it available, you get an 80% repair speed. 80% repair speed. That's excellent. You need all crew members to have this perk trained fully in order to get 80% repair speed. That's insane. That's almost like broken. It's fixed. That's perfect. You don't need this. You really don't need this. Once all four of them, all of them are trained to 100%, you really honestly do not need this. Have it just in case you might not need it. Okay, patting the tank. All right. Now, all of them have concealment. Check. There's a cam on it. Check. Natural cover. Let's see if we have that. All right, natural cover. Camo net. Concealment. Check our conceal rating. %86 concealment rating. 86%. That's insanity. Don't forget, including the don't forget, we also have the camouflage. Certain camouflages will get you a bonus. Let's see if this camouflage works. No, the camouflage did not give you a bonus. Let's see which one does. %4 bonus to vehicle. See that? Bonus to concealment for concealment on all map types. %4 bonus to concealment. 4% bonus to concealment. 4% bonus to concealment. It doesn't matter which one you pick. They'll all give you a bonus to concealment. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. They'll give you the same bonus. As long as you have something up here, you're fine. Now, if you do just the individual ones, 4% bonus concealment when applying to the camouflage to the vehicle's hull. Okay, so each one gives you 4%. Each particular one. Yep. 4% bonus. So, the camouflage with the natural cover, with the camouflage net, with the concealment bonus, together gives you an 86% concealment rate. That's absolutely insanity. Your vehicle disappears instantaneously. Let's test that theory. And this is a tank destroyer. This belongs. This should have concealment. Let's see how it works. Of course they have to pick a map that concealment is useless. Of course. That's fine. They have to pick a map that concealment is absolutely useless. It's okay. We'll work on that. With considering we're a tank destroyer, heavies usually take this route. What we're going to do is we're going to take this route. We're the low man on the totem pole, so we could stay back. If we could find decent enough cover, we could stay back and guard the base. See if we can find cover. I do see a bush over there. We can go right here. That's it. We're invisible. That didn't take long. That didn't take long at all. Impressive. We're still invisible. We're still invisible. Zoom out and see if anybody needs help. Try not to move the turret because there is no turret. It's the hull. And if you know, as well as I know, if you move the hull, you'll be spotted. You're more likely to get spotted. As long as that's lit, you cannot get spotted. It's impossible. And they have to be on top of you in order to spot you. He's awfully close to my line of sight. I think he's on the other side of the hill. If he peeks over that hill, I can get a clear shot. See, they're calling for help, so now I gotta join in. I gotta jump in and help them now. So I could stay back and guard the base, but now I can't, because they just called for help. So here I come. See, now this, not quite what I had in mind, because I have no turret, so I can't really do anything. We're gonna have to try and have like a peek over the hill deal, you know? We're gonna have to do it like this. If you have no turret, the best thing you can do is do this. Oh shoot, they're on the left? I didn't know that. I have no turret, moron. Where do you expect me to go? the best I can do is just peek over the hill. I have no turret. I can't see. See, I should have stayed where I was. He needed help, but should have stayed where I was. He needed help, but I should have stayed where I was. Okay, where'd that shot come from? I totally didn't see that. Considering I had no turret, shit, I didn't even see him. This is the part about not having a turret that sucks. Is that you can't see. You can only see what's in front of you, and that's it. Then you have to move. And the time it takes you to move, you're dead. So there's really nothing you can do. Tank destroyers should be played if I didn't catch that on YouTube, I would never believe it. You guys saw that, right? You just saw him do. You saw that jackass do it 360 like this, right? I'm not dreaming, right? You saw that. You saw the guy right there. See him? He came around, did a 180, and flipped over on his side. For no apparent reason, the jackass suddenly did a 180 and flipped on his side for fun. Why? I have no idea, but he did it. That's how not to play World of Tanks, by the way. That's a perfect example of how not to play World of Tanks. Anybody that does dumbass shit like that should not be playing this game. Lesson learned. That's perfect. I could not ask for a better thing to show you guys. That's how not to play this game. Whenever you do dumb shit like that. Now he could have been alive with his teammates right now celebrating the win. Instead, he's dead back in his garage. Just because you're a light tank doesn't mean you have to die. Light tanks, it is possible for light tank to survive a battle. You don't have to, just because you're a light tank doesn't mean you have to die. A light tank's job is to spot the enemy tanks. If you're still alive at the end of the battle, that's a plus. Light tanks do not have to drop dead. You don't have to commit suicide after you've done your job. Okay, guys. I think at this rate, I covered the new tank perks and new tank setup and what to do. I really hope this was very helpful. This new tank setup, the way this new crew setup. I know Crew 2.0 came out, but this new setup with the crew is very specific. And if you don't do it right, your tank will not run right. You need to make sure you have 30 days from today. 30 days, 1 month to get all your tanks done and reset and finished properly. Otherwise, you're screwed. 30 days. Get all your tanks done in 30 days. Me, I have 458 tanks. I have a lot of work to do. Whatever I'm doing stops until this is done. Whatever I'm doing stops. Period. Dead in its tracks until this is done. This needs to get done. Okay, guys? With that in mind, I bid you guys farewell. I'll see you guys next time.